Squarespace is an amazing web hosting platform where you can build, design, buy domains, and host your amazing website that you're trying to build. If you guys are looking for a dope website, Squarespace is the place to do it. Focus. Are we focused? A little bit of vignetting on the edges. I was talking to another filmmaker. I forget who I was talking to. They're saying they don't like the vignettes. How crazy is that? Does that bother you a lot? Does it really grind your gears? Like, I mean, I know this, but I mean, today I'm tackling B-roll transitions. For those of you who don't know what B-roll transitions are, well, you're in for a treat. B-roll transitions are something that I use all the time, be that flipping through paper, taking photos on a camera, or basically any sort of other tangible object I can get my hands on to film and then use as a transition. Now, the secret was just sort of revealed there. Basically, B-roll transitions are utilizing an additional amount of footage and creating a transition out of that. So, for example, if I'm talking about a list of things, I'm going to use, like, let's say, a piece of paper as my vessel where I'll talk about the algorithm. And then I'll use paper flipping as that transition piece to take me from point A to point B. Now, if you guys don't know what a vessel is, I talk extensively about that in a video titled... Now, the vessel is something that I like to think of as like a common theme, something that ties together the most abstract or the most random of coverage or story. But check that out, I talk about vessels. Now, vessels pair with this very well, but you don't necessarily need them. Essentially, what I want to help you guys with is to rewire your B-roll brains and capture additional coverage, not only to substitute the visuals that are happening in your A-roll or to like support them, but also to utilize them as transitions. So for example, if we're doing like a travel movie and we're driving around all the time, some cool B-roll that you could get is the transition piece of driving past something. And this could work or operate as a whip pan that could take you from scene A to scene B. You can also use transitions like closing a door, opening a door, slamming a door, doing something that has an auditory cue. One of my favorites is opening up a book and flipping through the pages. I think a really good element for B-roll transitions is making sure that you have something with like a sharp audio sound that can take you from A to B. Now, that's not always 100% necessary. You can always search up a sound effect and pop that in, but I like using things that sort of have those implemented. Now, if you don't have B-roll, you don't have that substituting footage, or perhaps you're doing a video like this where you didn't have anything available on the day, what you can always do is go online and download some footage, be that Storyblocks, Shutterstock, some sort of online site, and substituting that in with like a sound effect, and you can do something like this. But at the end of the day, it's to think of shooting B-roll beyond being the slow motion, 120 frame, 60 frame stuff, and using it as a little middle block between footage A and footage B, because as a result, you're able to make some really cool stuff like this. And then implementing it into, let's say, between your shots is pretty simple. What I like to do is find either A, where the sound has its peak. So if I like slid something, I would find where that audio is like at the highest and then pop that in. Or I'd find the spot that's blurriest on screen, where like something swooshes past, like pages turning, car driving, that sort of thing. And then just choose that, and then choose like, I don't know, a 1 second or 2 second blip. And then usually the shorter lived, the more impact it has. And play around, experiment. You don't even need tangible tools. You could literally like, I don't know, you could take the lens off and do like a lens whack thing, and that could be your B-roll transition. Essentially, it's just taking whatever, like you could literally do almost anything. As long as it has some sort of theme that ties to the video that you're shooting, you should be able to get away with it. And the closer it ties to the theme of the video, be that with audio and visual, the better it will act as a transition. And actually, the more fitting it will be than a crazy zoom transition like this one. So hopefully that helps you guys out with your future videos. If you guys want to see some examples of where I've implemented some B-roll transition sequences, you can take a look at the other videos that I have available on my channel. I've included them in the description below. So anyways, that's it. And if you guys are interested in following me a little bit more and want to see some more stuff that I'm creating that has cool transitions like that, tutorials like this, or just interesting content, there's a little button you can click. And then there's another button you can click to continue watching this a little bit further beyond that and getting notified and all that stuff. But it's up to you whether or not you'd like to click those. Squarespace is a web building, web hosting platform for you to get your domain for your website, to build it, to launch it, to get it out there. I've been using Squarespace for my company, Blackout Media, for about 5 years now, and I've loved the way the build, all of that stuff, so much to the point that I've actually designed my own personal website using the same web hosting platform. If you guys want to try this out and test out using Squarespace, you guys can literally just try out a trial completely for free. And if you're wanting to get a domain or possibly purchase that website, you can use the promo code ZachRamlin at checkout to receive 10% off your purchase. But anyway, give it a shot, try it out. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys in another video. Keep making some great stuff, and I'm excited to see your transition B-roll segments. Comment those, make those, and then put them in the thing or send them to me. I remember back in the day on YouTube, you could send your video replies. There we go, B-roll transition challenge. If I don't get any submissions, well then, but for those of you who want to try out and give this a shot, create your video, message me on Instagram at ZachRamlin, and we will do a B-roll transition challenge, and I'll share it on my Instagram and then share it in the next video that I make. All good skis. I'll see you guys later. Keep making some great stuff. And the submission due date is 1 week from now, but I don't know when this video will be published, so I'll just flash it in front of the screen. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.